Greyhound 2020. Commander Ernest Krause begins his first wartime command aboard the USS Keeling, call sign Greyhound. A devout and disciplined naval officer, Krause carries both faith and responsibility as he leads an Allied convoy across the treacherous North Atlantic during World War II. German U-boats lurk beneath the icy waters, hunting merchant ships delivering vital supplies to Britain. The convoy enters the Black Pit, a mid-ocean gap beyond air cover protection. With no aerial support available, Krause and his crew must rely solely on sonar, radar, and courage to survive relentless submarine attacks. As Greyhound escorts dozens of merchant vessels, tension mounts. Sonar operators detect faint underwater signals, confirming enemy presence. Krause orders evasive maneuvers, issuing calm but urgent commands across the bridge. Suddenly, a torpedo strikes one of the convoy ships, erupting in flames. Survivors plunge into freezing waters as U-boats circle like wolves. The German commander taunts Allied forces over radio transmissions, heightening psychological pressure. Krause struggles to anticipate invisible threats beneath the waves. Every decision must be precise, balancing aggression with protection of the vulnerable convoy ships. Greyhound launches depth charges in response to sonar contacts. Explosions shake the ocean's surface, sending plumes of water skyward. Krause studies tactical maps, predicting submarine trajectories while coordinating with British and Canadian escort ships. Despite limited experience in direct combat, he demonstrates steady leadership. Night falls, reducing visibility and increasing danger. Enemy torpedoes streak silently through darkness, targeting supply ships. Chaos erupts as multiple vessels are hit. Krause prioritizes rescue when possible. Yet painful choices force him to leave survivors behind to protect the greater convoy. Exhaustion begins to weigh heavily on Krause and his crew. He refuses to rest, remaining on the bridge for nearly 2 days without sleep. Coffee replaces meals as adrenaline sustains him. Communication with other escort ships becomes fragmented amid radio interference. U-boats exploit every weakness, attacking from multiple angles. Krause relies on sonar pings echoing through steel hulls to guide counterattacks. Each depth charge drop demands exact timing and coordination. The ocean becomes a battlefield of unseen enemies, where tension never breaks and silence can mean sudden destruction. A coordinated wolfpack assault overwhelms the convoy. Torpedoes slam into ships in rapid succession, lighting the horizon with fire. Krause maneuvers Greyhound aggressively, attempting to intercept and destroy the submarines. A near miss rocks his destroyer, injuring sailors and damaging equipment. Medical teams rush to treat wounded crew members below deck. Krause's calm voice steadies morale, even as fear grips every sailor. The relentless cycle of attack and counterattack blurs day and night, transforming the Atlantic into a deadly chessboard of strategy. During a brief lull, Krause reflects privately, gripping dog tags and whispering a prayer for guidance. Responsibility weighs on him. Each loss feels personal, yet he cannot falter. Sonar soon detects another submarine closing in. Greyhound accelerates, cutting across the convoy's perimeter. Krause predicts the enemy's path and orders a calculated depth charge pattern. The explosions hit their mark, and debris surfaces, confirmation of a successful strike. The crew cheers briefly, but the victory is short-lived as additional U-boats remain nearby. Weather conditions deteriorate as violent storms sweep across the Atlantic. Massive waves crash over Greyhound's bow, challenging navigation and visibility. Krause uses the storm strategically, masking movements and confusing enemy sonar. Lightning flashes illuminate the convoy's scattered formation. Amid the chaos, another U-boat surfaces unexpectedly. Greyhound opens fire with deck guns, engaging in rare surface combat. After an intense exchange, the submarine is destroyed. The crew regains confidence, inspired by Krause's unwavering command under pressure. Fuel supplies dwindle, and ammunition runs low. Krause calculates remaining resources carefully, knowing reinforcements are still hours away. Fatigue spreads among sailors, but discipline holds firm. A final coordinated attack begins just before dawn. Torpedoes streak toward the convoy in one last desperate assault. Krause executes a daring maneuver, positioning Greyhound directly between enemy fire and merchant ships. Depth charges detonate with thunderous force, crippling the remaining submarines. Silence follows, broken only by the sound of waves against steel. At sunrise, Allied aircraft finally appear overhead, signaling the end of the Black Pit crossing. The convoy reaches the edge of safe air cover. The surviving ships continue toward Britain, battered but intact. Krause's crew, physically drained yet victorious, stands proud. Rescue operations retrieve survivors from damaged vessels, though many lives have been lost. The Atlantic returns to deceptive calm, hiding the scars of battle beneath its surface. Back aboard Greyhound, Krause finally allows himself rest. His uniform soaked and eyes heavy, he reflects on leadership forged in crisis. The mission's success affirms his growth from untested commander to seasoned naval captain. Though the war continues, this crossing stands as proof of resilience against overwhelming odds. Courage, sacrifice, and faith carried them through darkness. As Krause closes his eyes, the Atlantic's distant horizon symbolizes both peril and enduring hope in humanity's fight for survival.